Hello students, today I will start reflection expert class. Actually, as we all know what is reflection, when a light ray strikes a surface separating two media, a part of it gets reflected, gets returned into same medium. This phenomenon is called reflection. Now, some terms related to reflection. First, ray. A ray of light is a straight line path of transfer of light energy. It is represented by a straight line with an arrow head indicating the direction of propagation. Second, mirror. Mirror, it is a highly polished smooth surface from which most of the incident light gets reflected. It is represented by a line with hatches in the reverse side of the smooth surface. So, in this case, this side will be reflecting side, reflecting surface. Now, next is object. How can we define object? Actually, point from which incident ray actually diverges is called real object, or point at which incident rays appears to converge is called virtual object. For example, plane mirror, here an object, and from this a ray incident on the mirror, and by following the laws of reflection, we all know there are two laws of reflection. First, angle of I is always equals to angle of R, and second, all incident ray, normal and reflecting rays lie in the same plane. So suppose a ray strikes on the mirror from this object like this, then it will return in the same medium by following the laws of reflection. Now suppose a second ray from the same object strikes the mirror, and again it will reflect in the same medium. So now as we have defined the real object, point from which incident ray actually diverges are called the real object. This is the case of real object. This object is real object. But second, suppose here a plane mirror, okay, and two converging beams means the group of rays strike the plane mirror like this, okay. Now if at this point this will reflect, this first ray will reflect like this plane mirror, okay, and here the second beam gets reflect in the same medium like this. So here will be a point of intersection of these two reflected beams, and we can say this will be image. This will be image formed by these two converging beams. If this is image, then where is object? If we meet these two rays by dotted line, then we get here an intersection point. This will be object. As I have defined the virtual object, a point at which incident rays appear to converge is called virtual object. Actually, we can say that suppose there was no point initially, but two converging beams was incident on the plane mirror, and after reflection they was meeting at the point. This intersection point is no doubt it is image. This is image, then where is object? If these converging beams are separately meet at this point by dotted line, then this point will be the virtual object, right? क्योंकि अगर इस केस में हम ये भी कहें कि यहाँ पर इमेज बनती है, दो कन्वर्जिंग बीम है, ठीक है, यहाँ इमेज बन गई, ऑब्जेक्ट कहाँ है? ऑब्जेक्ट ये पक्का है कि ऑब्जेक्ट इधर होगा। हम जानते भी हैं कि प्लेन मिरर से हम ये बोलते हैं कि प्लेन मिरर से कभी भी रियल इमेज नहीं बनती है, ठीक है, रियल इमेज नहीं बनती है, बिल्कुल सही है। इस केस में क्या था, रियल ऑब्जेक्ट था, तो इसकी इमेज जो बनती वो कहीं पर, ये रियल ऑब्जेक्ट की इमेज कहीं इस साइड बनती, राइट, ये इसकी इमेज होती जो कि क्या थी, वर्चुअल। पर इस केस में अगर हम देखें तो अगर हम ये बोल सकते हैं कि ठीक है रियल ऑब्जेक्ट है तो इमेज विल बी वर्चुअल, बट अगर ऑब्जेक्ट ही वर्चुअल है तो उसकी इमेज कैसी बनेगी, उसकी इमेज बनेगी रियल। तो इस केस में बनती है रियल इमेज। अब ऑब्जेक्ट, वर्चुअल ऑब्जेक्ट का क्या मतलब है? वर्चुअल ऑब्जेक्ट का मतलब एक ऐसा पॉइंट जहां से जो रेज है वो अपीयर हो रही है कि वो कन्वर्ज है किसी, मतलब अगर हम दो कन्वर्जिंग बीम को प्लेन मिरर पे लाते हैं तो इस तरफ अगर मैं डॉट फॉर्म में इसको मिलाऊं तो यहाँ पर एक पॉइंट हमको मिलता है, यही क्या है? ऑब्जेक्ट। और इसकी इमेज जब हम रिफ्लेक्शन के बाद इंटरसेक्शन पॉइंट देखेंगे तो इमेज मिलेगी और वो क्या होगी? रियल। तो अगर ऑब्जेक्ट वर्चुअल है तो इमेज is real, and if object is real then image will be virtual. Now next is image. Point at which reflected or refracted rays actually converge is called real image, or point from which reflected or refracted ray appear to diverge is called virtual image. Minimum 2 reflected or refracted rays are required to determine the image position. बिकॉज जब तक हमारे पास दो रेज नहीं होंगी हम कैसे उनका इंटरसेक्शन पॉइंट फाइंड आउट कर सकते हैं, एंड उसी इंटरसेक्शन पॉइंट पर क्या बनेगी? उसकी इमेज बनेगी। ठीक है। नाउ नेक्स्ट इज कैरेक्टरिस्टिक ऑफ रिफ्लेक्शन एट प्लेन मिरर। फर्स्ट, सपोज हियर इज अ प्लेन मिरर, okay, and an object is placed here, object O, point object, and since I have told you that for forming the image we require at least 2 reflected rays. So suppose first ray from this object incident on the mirror like this perpendicularly. In this case angle of I will be 0 because angle of I, incidence angle, is the angle between incident ray and reflected ray. Incident ray and normal ray. So angle I will be 0, and if angle I is 0 then angle R will be 0. So it will retrace its path after reflection. Now suppose second ray from the same object strikes the plane mirror like this. If we draw a normal at this point then it will reflect like this, right? And suppose angle, incident angle is I and reflected angle will be R, and by the laws of reflection these angles will be same. Now by joining these two lines on the other side of plane mirror by dotted line we will get a image of this object. Suppose it is O1, it is image of O. Okay. Now suppose this point is A, this point is B. From triangle OAB and triangle O1AB, we can say that angle OBA, it will be equal to angle O1BA, right? Why? Because this is angle of incidence, this is angle of incidence, okay? Now this will be angle of incidence, these two angles will be same, so these remaining angle will be same. So these two angles will be same in these two triangles. Now we can say AB is equals to AB, common side, right? Now angle OAB, it will be equals to angle O1AB, perpendicular 90 degree angle. So we can say these two triangles are congruent triangle, and if these two angles are congruent triangle then we can say this side OA of first triangle will be equals to this side O1A. OA will be equals to O1A. What is OA? OA is the distance of object from the plane mirror and O1A is the distance of image from the plane mirror. So we can write here that we can say that the image is always formed at the same distance from the image always formed at the same distance from the plane mirror as object is placed. So first characteristic of plane mirror, that the distance between object and plane mirror is always equals to the distance of image and plane mirror. Now second property, the image is always of same size and at same size as that of object, right? This was the case of point object. So we can if this object will be extended object, suppose h1 height, then according to this property the image will be the same height h1. So always image is of the same size as that of object. Okay? Now next, image formed is always erect when the object is in front of mirror. Okay. Next, image is always laterally inverted. Now what is lateral inversion? Actually, the mirror reverses front and back in 3 dimensions. That is, only x direction is reversed, resulting in the change of left into right or vice versa. A plane mirror changes right-handed coordinated system into left-handed coordinated system. For example, suppose it is plane mirror and here a coordinate system. Suppose an object is placed here like this, alphabet B. So its image formed by plane mirror will be like this. So we can say that the right side of object will be the left side of image and vice versa. This property is known as lateral inversion. So the image is called laterally inverted image. Next, as every part of mirror forms complete image of an extended object and due to superposition of image, brightness will depend on the light reflecting area of the mirror. मतलब कि मिरर का हर पार्ट कंप्लीट इमेज फॉर्म करता है. ठीक है, ऐसा नहीं है कि पर्टिकुलर पार्ट पे अगर हम कुछ कवर कर दें या उसको ब्लैक पॉलिश कर दें या कुछ भी तो इमेज नहीं बनेगी. मिरर का एवरी पार्ट कंप्लीट इमेज फॉर्म करता है. तो जब कंप्लीट इमेज फॉर्म करता है तो उन्हीं सबके सुपरपोजिशन से जो बनने वाली इमेज है उसकी ब्राइटनेस इस चीज पर डिपेंड करती है कि जो एवरी पार्ट है उससे बनने वाले उससे हर एक पार्ट क्योंकि इमेज बना रहा है, हर एक पार्ट पूरी कंप्लीट इमेज बना रहा है, तो उन सबका जब सुपरपोजिशन होगा तो इमेज एक हमें जो मिलेगी उसकी ब्राइटनेस इस चीज पर डिपेंड करेगी कि कितना रिफ्लेक्टिंग एरिया है. अगर हम मिरर का, कई बार ऐसे क्वेश्चन आते भी हैं कि मिरर का कुछ पार्ट कवर कर दिया, उस पर ब्लैक पॉलिश कर दिया, तो बताओ इमेज पे क्या फर्क पड़ेगा? इमेज फुल बनेगी क्योंकि इसका फर्स्ट सेंटेंस यही है, एज एवरी पार्ट ऑफ मिरर फॉर्म्स कंप्लीट इमेज. ठीक है, इमेज पूरी बनेगी, लेकिन क्योंकि रिफ्लेक्टिंग एरिया को हमने क्या कर दिया है, हमने कम कर दिया है, तो रिफ्लेक्टिंग एरिया कम हो जाने की वजह से उस इमेज पर सिर्फ इतना फर्क पड़ेगा कि उसकी जो ब्राइटनेस होगी वो क्या हो जाएगी, कम हो जाएगी. ठीक है, तो रिफ्लेक्टिंग एरिया कम कर देने से इमेज के साइज या उस पर कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता, इमेज तो कंप्लीट बनती है, बस उसके ब्राइटनेस पर चेंज आ जाता है, ब्राइटनेस कम हो जाती है. नेक्स्ट, deviation. Angle of deviation, it is defined as the angle between direction of incident ray and emergent ray. So if light is incident at an angle of incidence I, then what will be angle of deviation? Let us find. Suppose a plane mirror is this and incident ray strikes the incident ray like this, and by following the rules it will reflect back in the same medium by making these two same angles I and R. Suppose it is I and it is R. Now what is angle of deviation? Actually if this plane mirror will not be here, then what was the direction, what will be the direction of this incident ray? This will go in this direction. Okay, if we remove the plane mirror from here, then the incident ray will go in this direction, but plane mirror is here, so its direction is deviated from the initial direction by this, and now ray is going back in the same medium. So the angle by which ray is deflected from the incident direction, it is deviated from the incident direction, this angle is called angle of deviation. Now how we can find out the angle of deviation? We know this is a straight line and angle forming the straight line will be 180 degree. So we can write I plus R plus delta, it will be 180 degree. Now delta will be 180 minus I plus R. Since we know I always equals to R, so we can write 180 minus 2I or 180 minus 2R. So this is the formula of angle of deviation. Now next, seventh property. If keeping the incident ray fixed, the mirror is rotated by an angle theta, about an axis in the plane of mirror, the reflected ray is rotated through an angle 2 theta. Suppose this is plane mirror and a ray strikes the surface like this, and by the laws of reflection it will retrace its path after reflection. This is plane mirror MN. Now suppose we rotate this plane mirror by an angle theta. By keeping the incident ray fixed. Suppose it is a new position M1 and 1, let us write. Now, what will be the effect on reflected ray if incident ray is fixed? If mirror is rotated by angle theta, then let us draw a normal on this mirror. Suppose it will be like this, new position of normal, and it will also be reflected by angle theta. Suppose it is normal N1, this point is O, and let us write it as N. Now, what will be the effect on reflected ray? We have to determine this. If new position of mirror is this M1 N1 and its normal is N1, now by keeping the incident ray fixed, means now the angle of incidence from for new position, means angle between incident ray, because it is fixed, it is not changed. So angle between incident ray and normal N1 ray is theta, means angle I is theta for the second condition when mirror is rotated. Okay, so what will be angle of reflection? It will also be theta. So the ray will reflect like this, and this angle will be 2 theta, right? For this M1 N1 mirror, because new normal is N1, and because incident ray is fixed, so the angle of incidence theta for this mirror M1 N1, so angle of reflection will be theta. So now if we look this reflected ray, first when the mirror was Mn in this position, then reflected ray in the direction of reflected ray was this, right? Now if mirror is rotated by angle theta, then the direction of reflected ray is this. So from initial position, reflected ray is rotated by the total angle 2 theta. So we can write कि if keeping the incident ray fixed, the mirror is rotated by an angle theta, then reflected ray is rotated through an angle 2 theta, right? Next property, if object moves towards the plane mirror at a speed v, the image moves towards the plane mirror at a speed minus v. So the image speed with respect to object is minus 2v. Suppose a plane mirror is this, and here an object, if it is moving with v velocity towards the mirror, then no doubt its image will also move with the same speed towards the plane mirror. Now the image speed with respect to speed of image with respect object, it will be, since suppose this direction is positive, so the image speed will be negative direction, so it will taken as minus v minus object velocity v, so it will be minus. We know the relative velocity, the formula of relative velocity. Suppose the velocity of object a with respect to b, it is a minus b, we know. So here we want to find out the speed of image with respect to object. So what will be the formula? The velocity of image minus velocity of object. Velocity of image is minus v, because in the opposite direction, minus velocity of the object, it is plus v, because it is in the positive direction, so the resulting will be minus 2v. So relative velocity of image with respect to object will be minus 2v. Next, to see the complete image in the plane mirror, the at least mirror should be of the half size of the object. Means अगर आपको पूरी इमेज देखनी है तो कम से कम भी मिरर उस आपके जो हाइट है उसका हाफ लेंथ का तो होना ही चाहिए. अगर हमें h हाइट का ऑब्जेक्ट देखना है तो जो मिरर का साइज है वो एटलीस्ट h/2 का तो होना ही चाहिए. इससे ज्यादा हो तो ठीक है, पर इससे कम होने पर पूरी इमेज नहीं दिखती. नेक्स्ट प्रॉपर्टी. नाउ नेक्स्ट इज, and We can prove this also, that the minimum height of a mirror to see the complete image. This is plane mirror, and here object which you want to see in mirror, and now we have to find then that suppose if the length of this object is h, then to see this the complete image of this object, the plane mirror should be at least of the h by 2 height. This we have to find out. Now it is clear that if I want to see if I want to see the head of this object in the plane mirror, then suppose this position is head of object, or we can say this is if this is a if it is a person, then this is the position of head of a person. Suppose it is I position, and here leg, the foot last. Okay, now if I want to see my head, then the ray from head after reflecting the plane mirror, it should be reached in my eye, right? If I want to see my head in plane mirror, then the ray from head after reflecting from the plane mirror, it should reach to eye. Then and only then I can see my head in the plane mirror, right? Now if I want to see my leg in the plane mirror, then by same, the ray from leg after reflecting from the plane mirror, it should also reach in my eye, right? Now I have to find the length of plane mirror. Okay, now suppose this is the normal in first case and this is the normal in the second case. Now by since these two angles are same in this case, so these two length HE, and suppose this point is O, this point is A. Okay, now if these two angles, since these two angles are same from the top point of plane mirror, these two angles are same. If these two angles are same, then this length HO, it will be equal to OE, right? This length will be equal to this length. Now for the second reflection, since these two angles are same here, so again this length EA, it will be equal to AL, right? This will be equal to this. Now what is the height of plane mirror? Height of plane mirror means BC, it will be equal to OA, because it is normal. Actually here in this diagram ऐसा नहीं लग रहा है कि परपेंडिकुलर है यहाँ पर, लेकिन ये परपेंडिकुलर है, नॉर्मल है यहाँ से, ठीक है। थोड़ा सा लाइन ट्रेस करने में थोड़ी सी स्ट्रेट नहीं बन पाई है, बट ये बी से यहाँ पर इस वाली पोजीशन पर नॉर्मल है ओ, ठीक है। तो जो प्लेन मिरर की हाइट है बीसी, वो किसके बराबर होगी? वो ओए के बराबर होगी। और ओए क्या है? ओए है ओई प्लस ई ए, यही है, ठीक है। सपोज दिस जो ये अपर वाली हाइट थी, ये एच ओ और ओ ई, सपोज ये थी H1, ये दोनों H1 थी, और ये वाली हाइट हम मान लेते हैं कि ये थी H2। तो टोटल हाइट H किसके बराबर है? ये बराबर है 2H1 प्लस H2, राइट। H1 प्लस H2, सॉरी H1 प्लस H1 प्लस H2 प्लस H2, तो कितनी हो गई? 2H1 प्लस H2। नाउ प्लेन मिरर की हाइट कितनी होगी? OE प्लस EA। OE कितना है? H1, EA कितना है? H2। सो कितनी हो गई प्लेन मिरर की हाइट? ये टोटल हाइट का हाफ। और हमें यही प्रूफ करना था कि अगर हम अपना अगर हम खुद को देखना चाहते हैं प्लेन मिरर में या कोई भी ऑब्जेक्ट, तो हमें कम से कम प्लेन मिरर कितना चाहिए, उसका अपनी हाइट का कम से कम आधा तो होना ही चाहिए। इसीलिए हमने एक्सट्रीम पोजीशन पे यहाँ पर हमने एक्सट्रीम पोजीशन की बात की कि जब हमें अपना हेड देखना था तो यहाँ से जो रे है वो रिफ्लेक्शन के बाद हमारी आई में पहुंचना चाहिए, तो हमने अपर मोस्ट पॉइंट चूज किया प्लेन मिरर का। सेम ऐसे जब अगर हमें अपना लोअर पॉइंट लेग का देखना है, तो हमें यहाँ से जो रे रिफ्लेक्टेड है वो आई पर पहुंचनी चाहिए। अच्छा, इस केस में थोड़ा सा रे बनाने में ये स्ट्रेट नहीं बन पाई है, लेकिन ये नॉर्मल है, ये नॉर्मल है और ये दोनों एंगल सेम होंगे। ये एच बी ओ और ओ बी ओ, ये दोनों एंगल सेम है, ठीक है, आफ्टर रिफ्लेक्शन। सेम ऐसे ही ये वाली, ये एंगल सेम है तो ये दो लेंथ बराबर होंगी, ये बराबर होंगी, तो हम प्लेन मिरर की प्रूफ कर सकते हैं कि हाफ लेंथ का प्लेन मिरर चाहिए हमें, ठीक है। सो नेक्स्ट क्लास में हम कुछ न्यूमेरिकल्स बेस्ड न्यूमेरिकल करेंगे जो कि प्लेन मिरर की कैरेक्टरिस्टिक पर बेस्ड हैं। ओके, थैंक यू।